Hey everyone, welcome to Dark Helmet Racing League, Season 6, Round 8. We're at Nurburgring, the WEC/BEC, I think it is, configuration. Um, Lots of minor contacts from what I was seeing, and a few things that need to go through a little further. Track is a beast for getting 1Xs, so a lot of people were using their warnings wisely. They got all the way up to the warning. Not many people got all the way to a drive-through, so that's good to see. So let's get into the sprint race here and see what we have. So that's just the start. It's not even a racing incident. It's just no action between those two. Alex, are you not using traction control? Alright, just some minor touch on contact there. Nothing. Can't believe when iRacing says that that's a 4X. So, just going to leave that as no action as well. I think Thomas was the beginning of this contact. And Christian. Jeff has a self-inflicted spin. Whoa. Jeff had a good reason for a self-inflicted spin. A blinking gray, but I think it is. That sucks. I would have just taken his eye off things the wrong time. Alright, what happened here? Good move up the inside. Room given at apex. Now the Mustang should give room on exit, but we're not going to even get there. So let's go in car on the McLaren there. Look at the steering inputs. Yeah, no point, JD. Let's watch the hands here. So you'll see a car come into the screen of view. Steering input's still about the same. Release a bit, but then just you're making contact and you're steering into them. So this, I can't fault the Mustang. because the Mustang is tracking out as you would. He hasn't got to the point where he needs to give you room. It's on you on the outside now to kind of let this happen. It's not just, you're not to jump out of the way, but you're not to turn into them. So this will be on Matty Parker, which is the 199. Got the we'll contact 2.5. Drop this into my spreadsheet. There it is. Oi. Alright, who is this that's coming up? They're also on a weird part of the track. Let's go take a look at how they got there from cockpit view. Fair enough. So Thomas here thinks he's getting out of the way because he expects the car to be over here, but when you go on board for James here, he's already committing to the left here before Thomas starts moving. So this will be an unsafe rejoin on Thomas. That's consistent with what we've done for other parts of the season. That's the 802. Yep. Improper rejoin. Or again. Yeah. Nothing really there for that one. Yeah, no worries, Thomas. You can see you're fighting it on trying to get it rejoined. But just to be consistent with our penalties, that's what it is. Okay, that's nothing there. Not even a racing incident, just leave it as no action. Alright, what happened? Alright, the Mustang ahead. Oops. So the Mustang ahead kind of gets checked up, runs a little wide there. The Porsche here gets a run up the inside. Alright, so here's the edge of the track. Porsche needs to leave a car width. Let's go to the just before the point of contact. So I would like to see at least a car width all the way to that white line. So you can see here the contact starts while the Mustang's still in contact with that white line. So this will be on Eric. Okay. So this will be on the Porsche. And it's results in all spin and loss of positions for the Mustang here and damage. So it's going to be a 2.5. Driver of the 1-3. Photo contact again. 2.5. Okay. Mooney's involvement in that will be noted. And then Mooney's fighting a car with no rear grip anymore. I wish I could get a black flag for here. Wonder if it's a slowdown that he didn't get fully served. Must be because it just comes out of nowhere. Okay. So that's not an unsafe rejoin, that's just clearing the racing line. So that's nothing there. So with Alex. No idea why it's a 1-3. Oh, that's why. Okay. So that was our sprint. We'll get on to the feature here. And that's just typical turn 1 stack up. I think I got into... Did I actually get into the Porsche? I almost did. And then Brandon didn't expect me to have to stop because the Porsche is probably completely shielded to him. But good job for the situation not getting a lot worse. Not even going to deem that a racing incident. That's just No action. I did get into him. Because he got a 4X. I don't even know how iRacing calculates their 4Xs sometimes when there's 0 real contact. Good job locking the brakes down. Being predictable. Yeah, it's not quite flat out in the first lap. No action. That's going to be an unsafe rejoin too, because there was literally a car there. Alright, Morgan has a 2X. Oh, big snap. Nicely down on the rejoin. So the Mustang tries the same move that he tried in the sprint, but this time there was no overlap. So at the braking point, there is no overlap. At the turn-in point, there is no overlap. So the first car brakes there, no overlap. Turns in, no overlap. So now it's the obligation of the car on the inside making that move to make sure they don't make contact. Like you've done this lunge too late. So this will be on the Mustang here. So noted from Mark. And notice 35. Our standard 2.5. Big blink. Did we lose him? Oh, that's unfortunate. That's a huge blink. These are the two cars that got together in the sprint. But because of this blink, I can't tell what happens. Yeah. Gone. Mooney still attempted to make the pass though. Good on him. Yeah. So there's nothing I can see here. So this is gonna be no action. What does Mooney have a spin here? You can see the tire smoke. Yeah, nothing there. Nothing I can do. No action. Whoa. Too much curb at the wrong angle. Nicely done gathering that back up though. Just too much curb or too much grass. Nothing there. No action. Ooh. What happened there? You guys just let it go in the comments. Let's not start a war there. Why are they side by side? Alright, so the green McLaren gets a run on the purple one. Purple one follows the track edge, and the green one follows the racing line. But this is going to be. I'm only going to do this one as a minor. It's not really a racing incident because it was avoidable. Yes, it has damage, lasting damage. I don't know. The reason why I'm kind of flip-flopping here is the amount of room that's still left to the track edge. Right? And I can't tell if that gap was still going to be given up to that curb. It's on the green one, but for our rules, it's got to be a 2.5. Damage, loss of positions, and the such. Okay. And noted. Any with this spin. Just before the pit stop. I was wondering how you dropped so far back. Yeah, this is just before the pit stop. No action. Alright, so this isn't for position. So this car will be having a blue flag right now. If I turn the blue flags on here, and rescroll back all the way to the incident. We are reviewing here. Yeah. James Scott would have had a blue flag for 10 seconds here before the contact was made. So he doesn't have to jump out of the way, but he needs to be consistent and predictable. So let's turn on the racing line. So where we can expect him to be. And he's right on it. And he was only just starting to accelerate. So this is just poorly timed by Eric here. It's the obligation of the faster car to make the pass safely. So this is on Eric here. And it is pretty reckless. I'm sorry. The amount of contact here. If it was just this contact here, it would be an avoidable contact, minor. But the driving back into him on the next corner, like I get you're racing for position with this car on the outside, but he's also got to get through here safely. So the rush to get through has resulted in the contact. So yeah, I'm not happy with it. Let's go back to the incident. I got rid of the blue flags again. Here. I gotta go look at my rule book. So apex to exit in our rules, and we'll call. We're not quite at there, so this is on the entry. So after turn-in, the only way we'd get to 5 is no attempt at a clean pass was attempted. I don't think that's the case. Otherwise, he wouldn't be where he is, and he is turning. So let's just go to the cockpit, make sure he is turning. Yeah. You can see the steering wheel is turned before he makes contact, so he wasn't aiming for him. But it doesn't look great. For our rules, because it's not on the exit, so it's not a driver intentionally or recklessly causes contact on apex to exit, no attempt at a clean pass. That's not the case. Contact is made, resulting in major damage, lost positions, and or loss of control. So we're at a 2.5. So let's redo this again. Driver of the 13. Avoidable contact. 2.5. And that's why we have a rule book to go through. Because I could have easily given a 5 for that off of gut feel, but you gotta be right with the call off of what we have set for everyone to review. So everyone knows the rules, and that's the case. Okay, James is noted. Alex has a... Let's turn that racing line off too. Actually here. And no action. And then right at 34 minutes, look at all... We started at about 26, 23 is when people started getting warnings. And then everyone around the same time started getting through their last couple warnings here. We did get a drive-through, but Wishon has a spin. I think this is him doing his donuts. It is. So not worried about that. And Alex doesn't take anybody with him and parks it in the corner. He gave himself a timeout. All right. Yeah, you heard me. All right, so that's the on-track incidents. Now, there was messages sent between drivers between the sessions. That doesn't happen. And per our rule book, which I'm going to pull it onto over iRaceControl so we can all see it. Unsportsmanlike conduct, communication abuse, communication of unsportsmanlike nature in either voice or text using in-game, Discord, or other types of direct messages will not be tolerated. Drivers caught inciting abuse will be subject to penalty points as well as other possible league sanctions. So it's supposed to be 5 penalty points. The language in the message wasn't extreme, and the insinuation of the message also wasn't extreme. I just want to go reread it. But there is an insinuation. And in the insinuation, you're getting a 5. We don't tolerate that kind of chat abuse. Right? If you don't have anything nice to say, like your mom says, don't say it at all. We're keeping to that. So it's going into the spreadsheet. Everyone will see it on the incident points when I post them. Okay, that's it for me tonight. Um, Next week we got the release of the new tracks, so we'll have new tracks, new cars. Should be a fun night for the season to wrap up, crown some champions, and have a good time. So hope to see everyone out then. See ya.